nor the most expensive, but many of the cars which ruled the racetracks of the world a few years ago are still roaring, and Wilson Owen recaptures some of the magic of those days with his preview of a novel meeting set down for Amaroo Park this weekend.
They're the grand old ladies of motor racing, proof that old racing cars don't just rust away. This weekend, 150 of these aging stars are roaring their way around the racetrack at Amaroo Park. Some will actually race against one another, others just go along for show. Many of their owners, like Lou Molina, are former racing car drivers who, like the cars they drive, may have lost their youth, but never the racing bug.
We buy them and we try to make them go as good as they used to, but as a matter of fact we make them go much harder, you know, because we're very enthusiastic and they become, you know, precious things. Whereas before they were just racing cars, and once they were, you know, they were beaten, they were just put aside.
And the undisputed star of this weekend, a 1933 Alfa Romeo, conservatively valued at around $250,000. Back in 1935, it was this car that humiliated the might of Hitler's Third Reich, cleaning up the mighty Mercedes team in the German Grand Prix. Her owner has flown her here from Christchurch, New Zealand for the weekend, looking like every boy's idea of what a racing car should look like. The majestic old car of the racetrack is now 50 years old.
To be foiled by an Italian called Tazio Nuvolari, driving his somewhat lesser performed little Alfa Romeo P3. Today, almost 50 years later, that very same Alfa is still in racing trim, and you can see it in action at a tribute to those magic red racing cars of the past at Amaroo Park this Sunday. She was found on a farm just outside of Auckland. New Zealand tyre dealer Bill Clark paid $600 for her, spent a year lovingly doing her up, and today she's estimated to be worth $250,000. At Nürburgring, when she humbled the mechanical might of Hitler's Third Reich, she hit about 140 miles an hour. And as Bill says, she can still get up near that today.
It is still capable. I've had it to about 135, but that is even a bit high. We keep it down from that now.
For all the sophistication of modern-day racers, Bill maintains his pride and joy is as safe as houses.
Compared with some of the present-day cars, I don't think it's a dangerous vehicle at all. It's a very docile thing to handle. I mean, it's not a vicious beast by any means.
And Bill, who came up with the concoction that you pour into your little beast?
I made it myself, actually, and that's really 99% methanol and 1% castor oil. Castor oil is mainly there to lubricate the blowers and give it a little bit of nostalgia to the spectators.
Let's get a nice castor. When Tazio Nuvolari put Hitler's differential out of joint, the Germans didn't even have a copy of the Italian national anthem to play after the race. Nuvolari was well prepared though. He pulled one out of his bag and told them to put it on the turntable. On Sunday, almost 50 years later, Nuvolari's little Alfa, the car that gave De Fura a case of the automotive Jesse Owens, is back in business. I love the car, but gee, I had trouble handling those castor oil fumes.